Hey guys, welcome back to Order 1886 Let's Play. Once again, it's Professor Rod, or Devin, God, whatever. Horrible start already.
Oh well.
Fuck it.
Doesn't know his own name.
We're going. I'm Professor Rod, I'm the one playing here.
And guest starring Nate once again.
So anyway, besides the faux pas at the beginning, we're back here wondering what's on the other side of this map. And it is...
Dun, 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 dun. A bunch of random locations that no one really cares about. Okay, let's move on.
the bar names.
Who cares?
The Thousand Sluggards.
I don't care about these bars. Try.
This isn't the Bard's Tale here.
Time to waste a whole clip of thermite.
Everyone stand back.
We've...
Igniting!
I don't even know what there's left to say about this.
Oh, boom! Because shooting a flare point blank at thermite, safest way to go through a boiler.
This would be the best game ever if he comes back and his mustache is burned off.
It just turns around. All facial hair gone.
Just completely, just nothing. Just a black smudge, no hair.
So, we're back from a long hiatus on this game. We've spent a lot of time discussing this, for lack of a better word, in our off hours whenever we've had a chance. And we all come to the conclusion that we hate this game in some form or another.
That's the
We
whole
love
reason.
it.
Whole reason for this hiatus is because we had a bunch of technical problems. That's the only reason why this episode was so delayed.
Now, to be fair, it wasn't the game's fault, but in the time we've been off, we've really talked about this game and the mechanics that it just kind of puts on display.
Oh, God.
It's a fun game. I don't think anyone here would disagree with that concept, that it's, like, entertaining, but I can't call it a good game. Please stop this. This is, like, vomit-inducing.
So how do I fire this? There we go.
Very carefully. That's not going to do anything. You gotta... Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. Got that guy when you were trying to go through it. Oh,
Dude, that
really?
guy's super dead. He got lightning to death.
I love how your flare just literally hit the ground right in front of you.
Yeah.
Just burns
Where did it
up.
go? How do I
Oh, he's doing...
Just fire. Yeah.
There you go.
And
I can't choose where I'm firing?
You use left or right stick to choose where you're firing. It looks like different targets. That's right, he doesn't know the buttons yet. I'm playing Uncharted, it's Uncharted buttons.
So directional pass, which is your weapon.
Uncharted 1886.
Oh, I only have 3 bullets.
That was the worst one.
I don't care, cut.
That cutscene just
They were.
saved
I
you.
couldn't kill them. I think there was a cutscene people.
Couldn't kill him
Oh
because
god.
No, don't judge.
Oh god, that did not just happen.
It did happen.
Okay, give it back to Devin.
No,
bad.
no, we are not giving it back to them.
Ooh, I can play this game. I'm pretty good at it. So honestly, guys, I mean, we played a lot of this game, and there's a lot left to do. A lot left to do. How do you feel about this so far? Like, we are several hours in. We've had a lot of heartache, but besides that, just based off the game itself, how would you say, like, it plays? Like, what are the redeeming qualities? What makes this game, you know, worth playing? Like, what makes it fun?
Time to fight fire with fire.
The thing I like the most is the fact that it's not broken. Because so many games recently have come out broken and they need patches to even function. Watch out, you're going to light on fire here. So I will give this game credit for that. For at least functioning. And like, I've never had a bug or anything while playing this game. I haven't played it a whole lot, but...
That was easy.
But really, what does it say about a game that the biggest praise we can give it while we're sitting here is it's not utterly broken? I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I just feel I've spent so much time on this game, and there's so much time left to spend that it's really coming through to me. All the little flaws or the little things that I don't necessarily hate them, but they just distract or they diminish the quality of the game so much.
Yeah, I've only played through this game once, and we're doing this Let's Play, and I already feel like I've played through it
80 times.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you have, but that's not important. So,
Yeah.
Rod, with your first adventure, I thought you were going to be looking for collectibles.
I was, but there's nothing in there.
Yeah, I don't quite have all the collectibles yet. I need those.
Thermite.
Watch yourselves below.
We have to do this again.
Point blank thermite.
Yes. There it is.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Crushed all your allies in the bridge.
Oh boy.
If we don't sound that enthusiastic, we've been through this at least 5 times already. That's probably why.
Yeah, technical difficulties always fun for a let's play.
It's definitely a game.
Oh yeah.
That you do things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot there was this
So
stupid
badass.
jump.
So awesome.
No,
Look at
just
that
go.
barrel.
Don't even.
Look at that high texture.
You're taking too long. Go.
Oh, come on. I'm advertising barrels here.
Stanley's Barrel Company. When you need barrels to take up space.
Is it just me, or do all PlayStation 4 games have a blue tint to them?
They really do.
Because this one did, and then Infamous Second Son and Killzone Shadowfall, I had this weird blue tint.
No, I gotta ask there. Why the frick is the queen blanked out?
It's the shadow.
Shouldn't
It's
it be
the
the
shadow
same
art
queen?
they had in the 1800s when they had figurines, when they've had the developing film, they had a light and the projecting while you had just someone stand still until your shadow was the actual image.
I've never heard that. You just made that up right
I
now.
think you did too.
I've never heard
I
of
hate you
shadow art. That doesn't even
Hate
sound
you
real.
guys.
And even if it was
Be
real,
cultured. Be
everybody knows what the Queen of Britain looked like. Why would you not show
Maybe
a picture of
the
her?
Queen of
yeah.
Britain is a werewolf.
How do I sprint?
For the love of
You
God.
guys can't see the look that
No,
he just
go
gave me.
go up. Go through the door. Go through that door.
Through
This
the
door?
That door.
This door? Oh.
Please stop.
I was gonna say, you're gonna do that
No
the whole
one's
time.
no
I'm
one's
gonna
gonna
get
watch this. Everyone has already clicked off. They're like, I'm vomiting. Oh great, the werewolves.
Here comes the best weapon of the game.
This is depressing. There's no other word.
I'm just trying to get through this.
The last couple times we've done this, we've joked about how the werewolves are not impressed.
No one cares.
With the sonar
The
beam.
werewolves,
This is the
the
worst
werewolves,
weapon in the world.
they don't actually leave because they're intimidated. They leave because they're so embarrassed for the Knights of the Round Table, who are playing Fort over here with their high-tech EMP. They're so embarrassed, they're just like, let's go, guys.
Did they just seriously fire off an EMP?
Oh,
Really?
I don't even know what to tell.
Don't even know. Don't even know. We gotta get out of here. This is doom.
Why would you have EMP invented in 1886? Electricity is barely invented. What's a way to destroy electricity? Let's invent that a year after we invent electricity.
You know what? Electricity's a new thing.
Bumping your horse into the telegraph, the electric wires. They would go down so quickly. You can make an EMP, or, just hear me through.
Oh!
We could chop down the one telephone pole in the entire freaking
Oh!
country.
It's a sonar!
Oh.
That's what it does. It
then-
marks the location of them.
Why? They already have the transmitters. They know where they are.
And they go in the building anyways.
And the werewolves get scared away from a sonar? Why would they be scared away by a sonar pulse? That doesn't even make sense.
So is that kind of megaphone just yelling to his
Yeah,
I think
mates?
Yes.
so, yes.
So what is the
So
goal?
they know this
Yeah,
golem
exactly.
is going to
There's,
deploy.
there's espionage for you.
Well, dude, and then he says...
Nuclear missile impacting in 5 seconds.
But then he says, turn off all devices, which clearly
Yeah.
means that there's some type of EMP pulse to it.
Or maybe
And look,
sonar
the werewolves
comes
are still up there. They don't care. They
Oh no,
decide,
sonar! Get out of here!
They decide to leave entirely of their own will. It's not even like they're intimidated. They're just mildly annoyed. It's your rowdy neighbors who are friggin' playing music at 2 a.m. The werewolves called the cops.
They literally did call the cops.
The cops do everything in this universe. The cops fight the werewolves. The cops...
investigate what's going on.
literally, what does the order do? What have we really done
The
so far?
lantern. That does nothing.
We should be prepared.
Run.
This does not increase anything. This doesn't help me. It's not helping me.
No, it
Stop.
does nothing. It's just meant to be visually impressive because you're going into a dark room and there's lots of blood.
It's gonna give you something to do.
Don't even
For
say
the whole lot of nothing you're doing.
Oh, I wonder how this person does. Oh, 2 right hands. Those are 2 right hands. Someone was a mutie.
We're never gonna finish this
Someone
damn
was a mutie. Making fun of the poor dying woman. Oh, you have 2 raw hands, you do. fucking meaty. Werewolf rips her skull out.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh yeah, this part. Just run all the way down, turn around.
There's no run.
You sure left stick doesn't work or do anything?
It doesn't. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
sometimes you can sort of run, sometimes you can't.
I forgot. I forgot.
What is this? An ad for? What is this man doing? Household panacea, the great pain reliever. What the? What that makes that picture makes no sense. Oh
Try that
God.
door. It's gonna be locked. Then you can. No, don't try that door. Try that door.
Fine.
It'll be locked. Then you turn around.
Okay. This is locked.
This
Now,
was
we
so
have nowhere to
close.
go.
This is
I have
literally.
nowhere to go.
If this sums up this whole game, that area has no point. You walk down there, so you trigger an invisible set of enemy spawns at the top of the stairs.
Oh.
There's nothing
Oh.
down there. There's no secrets. There's no
Weapons out.
accessories. It is literally just a way to spawn two
Whoa.
enemies.
Oh, I shoot right. Oh.
How do I shoot? He's been shooting the whole time.
Ah!
Right? It just spawns two enemies so you can open a door. This is beyond stupid.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of padding going on.
That's one of the
This game.
worst examples, and I'd forgotten about it. Like, I genuinely had forgotten
Can I
that.
play
Like,
this
if they wanted to pad this out because, like, they wanted to do, like, exposition or something, I could see that. But, like, you don't really say anything to each other in this part either.
Yeah,
You're just
there's
kind of
no-
you're just kind of walking around,
unless you count them shouting expletives as like an excuse.
or like seeing, I guess, what the
This
what the
film
werewolves
grain
are doing,
really
how
annoying.
badly they're killing people. But I mean, we've already had evidence of that. We don't need to see it anymore. Nice.
Film grain
Popping
is
them.
just annoying.
Yeah, I don't like film grain. This is one
Film
game.
grain.
You can't
is
turn it off.
You need that. It has to be an option in every game.
Well, it
Oh,
usually is
oh,
on like
yeah.
a PC release, but this is
Give me that.
PlayStation only. Usually don't get
You'll want to reload.
How do I reload?
Square.
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 Yep.
Yeah, I'm
You're
trying
on
to control.
PlayStation, dude.
Square.
Hey, I had a friend
Where?
you used to call it box
Where?
all the time. Like, how do you reload box? I'm like, what the hell is the box button? It's a square.
Ooh.
Okay, so you got box, then you got pyramid, then you got ball.
And then you got X.
Then you
X
got
was the only one he got right. Can't fuck
Ball.
up X.
Play Parappa the Rapper with him, like box, pyramid, circle, ball.
Can I sprint at all?
Trapezoid. Well, there's no button that says that. R1.
Box. Oh, he has high ground. Look at that top hat. Fancy.
I do like the top hats in this game because they go flying off when you shoot the guys. That's always fun.
Look at that.
Very visual flair.
Oh,
I can't get over it.
Go?
He
Where'd
called
you
it
go?
box. He called it
Right?
box.
I know, and I gave him shit about that too. I was like, who said
Uh-oh.
box?
We're at the tough part. It goes box, pyramid, ball, box, ball, pyramid, ball. Is that the Konami code, or what are you trying to do there? I don't understand.
Boom.
I feel like there was something more there.
Let's hope there are no more distractions.
Yeah, how do you do the Konami code on a PlayStation controller? There's no B or A.
Open the door.
The
What are you
hospital is
doing?
this way.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot. She gets locked on this. And then watch, she'll just like walk forward for a second and turn abruptly right. Well, never mind, you missed that. Whatever.
Yeah, what's with
Not
games
important.
doing, like,
Oh, I
they're
can
already
run.
linear,
Yes!
and then they take away your ability to go through doors. Like, some doors, like this door you can open. Why couldn't you open the last door? You had to wait for your AI partner. That's so annoying.
Milady.
It doesn't
Milady. Yes.
It doesn't even make sense. Like, in terms of developer speak, there's no realistic reason for having it be so you can't open all the doors. I mean, all the doors that you have to open. I understand it's a linear
You know
game.
that reminds me of something. You know what's really funny about games that do that is because they have to think of convoluted ways to block you off. I love it when you see that, but it gets ridiculous when it gets like in Res Evil style, when it's like a box this high, like waist high, can completely stop you from going that direction.
Well, we saw that earlier in this game. You weren't here for it. There was a piece of rope that it was literally like a low-hanging velvet rope, like down to the character's ankle.
A
And he
6-year-old
wouldn't
could
have
have
been
walked
able
over it.
to. A 2-year-old could have humped its way over it, like could have fallen over it and gotten over it. And our characters just stopped. And it's because they didn't want you... You were looking up at this amazing room, and they wanted you to keep the angle you were at. They didn't want you to experience from another way. Like, and that's so bad. This
You
game
think
is
maybe
full of that.
The, her having to open the door, do you think that's maybe hiding a loading screen or something?
If I had to guess, I would say that's what it is. I'd say there's a couple of different things. Like when he opened the door for her, and instead of no shysta, Sherlock, like these patients have been mauled. Yeah. I'm pretty sure when you've got your intestines hanging out, that's called mauling. But when he opens the door, and she walks through first, I think that's the transition into a cutscene, but I think that cutscene's loading this entire environment, because you really don't get to control again until you're in here. So I think the way they do it, especially when she's opening the door, or when he opens the door and it links into a cutscene, I think that they're just hiding loading behind it.
Yeah, because this game really doesn't load. Even when you die and you come back, there's not very much for loading time, so they have to put it in somewhere, I guess. And
you notice that, I guess the counteracting, or the counterpoint to that is God, that dude's...
CSI.
He's doing good.
That would be kind of fun.
CSI Whitechapel.
Just have a bunch of guns and just...
werewolf! Hit everybody!
We don't even care, it's a crime scene.
Just like
here.
Galahad's putting on sunglasses, he's like... It looks like someone was howling at the moon. Werewolves just ripping people apart. This was... it would suck so bad. Even worse. But I digress. I got distracted by the idea of a CSI.
Oh, dang.
At the end of the day, I think a game like Bloodborne, which has just recently, I guess, come out, kind of quasi-recently, that game features long loading screens, obscenely long loading screens. But there's no cutscenes. When you're in the world, very few cutscenes.
It's the exact opposite of 1886.
When you're in the world, it's fully open. You go where you want. There's so much to experience, and there's so little that is really kind of kept away from you. There's not really places you can't go. Whereas this game, it is even worse than the traditional roller coaster ride that you think of for an action shooter, because it is truly... It's not even a roller coaster. It's an action corridor. They don't let you go anywhere. If you're not supposed to be there, don't go there. We don't want you there. We want to give you the illusion of a grand world and not actually satisfy it. Whereas in Bloodborne, it gives you the grand world and tells you nothing about it. And you have to explore it yourself.
Bloodborne is fun, because you'll see, because items glow in that game. You'll see an item somewhere, and you're like, how do I get there? There's got to be some way to get in that direction. Yeah, this game, it's like, what is it? It's like a haunted house, or a thrill ride.
I gotta tell you right now, this field of view is pretty sickening, being in this narrow corridor. This is, just not helping me at all. Looking around
You're,
this place.
too close to the back of the character?
Yeah, I hate this. This sucks. Whoever thought this was a good idea to be, this close...
it is... You said
horrifying.
It's like a haunted house. It's like the haunted house at Disney World. It is literally trying to show you scary, gruesome stuff, but not actually scare you or disturb you in any way, shape, or form.
Because you're in no real danger. Here, you're not in any real danger. There's no enemies.
No, at no point will anything jump out at you. Even this room that's coming up.
I can't pull my gun out. That tells me right there I'm safe. If I just can't pull my gun out, then...
See, Bloodborne, exact opposite. I won't even... Because you can't even pause it. Even if you're playing online, pressing start doesn't pause it. I'm afraid to get up and go to the bathroom unless I'm in the hunter's dream or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
I'm just gonna leave.
Anything can come out and attack you, even if you think you're safe.
And right there, they show you something that you can tell it was meant to be a jump scare or try to scare you. But there's no danger. You can't pull out your gun. You have nothing to worry about. You're literally stuck in this scenario where it's impossible to get hurt. And when it's impossible to get hurt, you as a gamer or you as a player of the game, you don't... And this is a clear homage to Resident Evil.
Homage? That's what to say. Is that really an homage or just a scene they just took from them? Because it's it's scary. He looks exactly like a Resident Evil zombie, too.
Until right here.
But he's not a Resident Evil zombie.
But no, it dissolves... It dissolves any sense of tension you have. Nothing about this fight, nothing about this entire scene. Even here.
Watch, I don't have to fire my gun.
You really don't. I don't think you do. Let's see. Just keep moving back. Just keep moving back.
Yeah, that's what ruined Silent Hill. What was the Shattered Memories?
Look at that.
Because whenever you were in the regular world, you could never get attacked. Ever. It was only when you were running in like the ice world. In the regular world, you felt because even in the original Silent Hill, even when you were in the real world in the original Silent Hill, you could still get attacked. There's still enemies. In the other world, there's much more enemies and it's scarier, but you were still in danger in the real world.
Yeah.
When it came to Shattered Memories, and when you're in the real world, there's no enemies.
Oh, yeah.
Ever, so you're never in danger, and that's not scary.
Crawl.
Yeah, you better
You're gonna
move
get
because he's
jumped
gonna
on.
jump on you and kill you.
I thought I already got past that
No.
because I did the whole
If
thing.
you stay in that area, and again, this is a game where it's a series of pre-positioned triggers. You're in that area, and there's a trigger that'll occur if you wait a long enough time. Once you've moved under that door, it triggers the cutscene, which goes into the new area. And here, you've triggered this cutscene. The moment you come out of this cutscene, you have one of two options. You either fire your gun at him, or you die. Like, that's it. And it's not a threat of death, it's just a you will die. That ruins it. It ruins the immersion. It just feels awful.
Oh, he said a no.
Like right here.
I'm not even gonna. Oh wait, no, I have to
You
fire.
have to
fire.
Other gun.
There we go.
R1.
Oh, I didn't have to fire. I just had to wait for that prompt, actually.
Yeah, see, it actually tells you, and it even shows you the prompt, and slows down the game to tell you to do it. It doesn't like, hey, remember the thing we used before to stun the guy?
It's not literally
Maybe
you
use
that's
that.
doing this.
No.
It's the game doing it for you.
And you weren't here for the first section, but let's explain how accurate what Nate just said is. At the very first second, I think it was in episode 2 of our play,
Yeah, it was
you
episode 2.
bust into a room. It's the first time you're ever using this assault rifle. You bust into a room, and there's a guy holding a man hostage. You shoot that concussive blast at him, and it goes through the hostage, damaging all of his internal organs and causing him permanent problems for life. It goes through him and hits the enemy behind him and kills him. That's the first time that happens, and it gives you the R1 prompt. That's acceptable. You've never seen it before. It hits you with it. You do it. You react because the game told you to. By this time, 2 hours later, I would assume that you would know to do it. But you really don't if you think about it, because you've never used it since then. You haven't been forced to. The only time that cool feature or that alt-fire, that gun even applies, is when you are in a forced event. And that ruins it. Like, there's no point.
We're getting in.
Why even have the alt-fire be available unless you can use it? Like, unless you need to use it in battle. Why not just have it be something you never use except for twice?
Can't pull out my gun.
Yeah, like, if you were kind of forced to use the stunning thing, like in combat, and you're like, and to get through combat, you have to use the stun because the guys are really difficult or something, then you would be like, oh, I had the stun. But you only use it those 2 times. You can use it in combat, but you forget about it because why stun a guy when you can just kill him?
That's what I get frustrated with games that give you new tools to use with, but they don't really teach you how to use them. They don't. There needs to be some reward and payoff. There needs to be like, yes, I got a new weapon. I use it in this fashion. It's like Legend of Zelda. You get the new weapon. You fight a sub boss that teaches you how to use that weapon. And then you get to the final boss, and it's like, all right, you use the weapon. Let's show me how you can use it. Show me you can win with this. And there you go. That's the payoff.
And then plus, a lot of the weapons and stuff, like, once you get the hook shot, it helps so much with traversal. There's so many new areas you can unlock. Once you get the boomerang, you can start grabbing stuff from a distance as well. You know, it's just, that stuff's useful.
Oh god.
And you don't even have the alternate fire on...
I thought this was easy. Wait, but Rod told me that this was easy to beat.
Oh, I hate that.
Rod, what was that? You told me I was bad at it or something?
I hate you. I've never done this before.
I could have sworn. Neither had I. That's a horrible excuse.
I know, it is a horrible excuse. I shall just attack you. Just attack you. I will win.
But you know, you could have made this boss fight more interesting. You could have had this boss fight be one of those things where the werewolf pushes its way to you through the environment, and you have to stun it back by using that blast. You could have made it so that you were sneaking from crate to crate, and every time the werewolf tried to jump over a crate at you, you had to blast it away. You could have used these things that the game has hinted at, and really, you know, given Box Hit him with that box.
I like how you don't even have to be close to the prompt. You can just kind of be sort of near it and just push the button.
You're in
for his
the,
groin. No, you're going for the chest. Sorry.
but no, you could have done so many cool things. What if you'd had it so at one scene you had to alert, the rest of your knights of a sneak attack by using just the flare on the thermite gun, not using the actual thermite itself. Like, there's a lot of cool ideas you could have come up with on this. Box. Head box. Boom.
Especially like a werewolf's probably got pretty sturdy bones.
Yeah, Cranium, you do have
Oh,
to do
I have to do something.
Why are you looking away during a cutscene?
Because I know that was going to happen.
Don't become too expectant of this. And that's one of the other things I really hate about it, is it's like a horrible combination of being different enough or having enough QuickTime events that you can never truly rest, and at the same time, like, not having enough content to justify those QuickTime events. It's horrible.
I'm going to say that's one thing I don't like about Resident Evil 4. Like, all of a sudden, you'd be in the middle of a cutscene, and it would be like, command prompt, and you're like, what? Because there's only a couple of them in the game, so you're not ready for them.
Resident Evil 4.
That's one of the worst tricks you can ever do as a developer, is to have just like one or two cutscenes in the entire game, have random QuickTime events in the middle of it. Just to be like, hey, were you watching? Well, you better be, because you're dead now. That's like the biggest troll you can do as a developer, is one of those things.
Box.
I got it. Box. It's our new call out.
I do say it's Boxing Day here in England.
Oh.
No, Devin, no.
All your brains go in a box on the left. Okay, I'm done with the box puns.
He wasn't even hitting him in the brain. He was hitting him in the
Shut up.
spine.
You didn't... Shut up.
There's like a fire hatchet just stuck in the corpse. Just a hatchet part.
You gotta make sure the son of a bitch is dead.
I thought Silver killed him. No, just a hatchet. Just grab a fire hatchet off the wall. That'll work.
Silver or, buckshot.
I've always wondered about this. Like, what if you just burned a werewolf? Like, what if you nuclear striked a werewolf? They didn't have nuclear strikes in the 1800s, but I'm pretty sure, like, a vampire can survive anything. Can it survive a sustained phaser fire from orbit? 'Cause I'll just get the Enterprise.
Yeah, the USS Enterprise. Fire phases on full.
Like, photon torpedoes. I'm pretty sure they will rip you into atoms. You can't come back. Like, you're done. Thank you for playing
That
Vampire.
ain't the Federation way. They need to cure him. Let's isolate the DNA so when he transports up, he's a human again. There you go.
Just isolate vampire DNA. That's such a flippin' Star Trek thing to do, too. How do you isolate vampire DNA?
Data,
Teleporter.
get on it. Data, get on it.
Would
now.
he still be alive in a pile of ash?
Just dead.
Like on Fallout, when the guys turn into like piles of gold. He's a vampire, so he's still alive.
You like blow his head off. What was that? I was merely pretending to be dead. It was like head's lying 5 feet from the rest of his body. You're like pretending.
I think I got you, dude.
Well, I think we're about ready to wrap this episode up. We managed to get through all of that pretty quick.
I ain't gonna carry this lady. She gonna just
drop her off, and then we'll be ready for the next episode.
We'll do some investigations, just like Batman, in the next episode.
Order 1886. We're looking forward to it, guys. It was a pleasure to have all of you along. Be sure to tune in next episode, and we will be seeing you soon.
Thanks for watching.
See ya, YouTube.